Hello everyone. I'm excited to connect with you again on our channel. Today we're going to explore the latest developments in the relationship between Iran and Turkey, which is quite significant given the current geopolitical landscape. Let's dive in and break this down. Recently, during the 79th United Nations General Assembly, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan held a meeting where they emphasized the importance of Islamic unity and regional cooperation. This discussion also included the potential establishment of a common market between their nations, which could signal a major shift in their economic relationship. If you're interested in staying updated on global economic trends and financial matters, consider subscribing to GeoFlux. Furthermore, Turkey is contemplating joining BRICS, the group of emerging economies that includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This move could have significant implications for Turkey's economic ties with Iran. If Turkey successfully becomes a member of BRICS, it may help Iran mitigate the impact of Western sanctions and potentially reshape the geopolitical balance in the region. Now, let's turn our attention to the increasing military activity in northern Iraq. Turkey has intensified its military operations, known as the CL series, by establishing new military camps near Iraqi cities like Kirkuk and Sulaymaniyah. Concurrently, Iran has increased its military presence along the Iraqi border and has been actively working to drive out Kurdish armed groups. Unfortunately, these military actions have severely affected local populations, leading to a tragic rise in civilian casualties and displacement. This situation also carries devastating economic and environmental consequences, highlighting how geopolitical decisions directly affect the lives of ordinary people. What does all this mean for the future of Iran-Turkey relations? It's a complex situation. On one hand, both countries share common goals in fighting terrorism and enhancing economic cooperation, which could lead to greater collaboration. However, on the other hand, their differing objectives in Iraq and Syria are creating tensions and competition. The global community is closely watching this delicate balance, as it could have far-reaching implications. NATO has expressed concerns regarding Turkey's regional activities and how these might impact the unity and effectiveness of the alliance. At the same time, the United States is navigating its relationships with Turkey and its allies, a task that can be quite challenging. Let's take a moment to reflect on the evolution of Iran-Turkey relations over the years. Their relationship is a fascinating journey characterized by a history of fluctuations, ranging from hostility to a complex alliance. In recent years, this dynamic has undergone significant changes. The Arab Spring marked a crucial turning point for the Middle East, reshaping relationships across the region. Although Iran and Turkey often found themselves on opposite sides during various conflicts, they recognized opportunities to expand their influence. Surprisingly, the economic sector emerged as a space for cooperation. Despite severe sanctions against Iran, Turkey has maintained trade relations, collaborating on various energy projects such as gas and oil pipelines, as well as electrical connections. This willingness to set aside differences for mutual economic benefit is a testament to the pragmatism of both nations. However, challenges persist. While Iran and Turkey have many common interests, particularly in combating terrorism, their objectives in Syria and Iraq differ significantly, resulting in a complex mix of cooperation and rivalry. This leads us to what I refer to as the Iran-Russia-Turkey triangle, a dynamic that is reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the region. Turkey finds itself in a challenging position as a NATO member, navigating its ties with the Western alliance while simultaneously engaging in regional concerns with Iran and Russia. A notable example of this balancing act is Turkey's acquisition of Russia's S-400 missile defense system, which strained its relationship with the United States and raised concerns within NATO. This move illustrates Turkey's desire to chart its own course in regional affairs, even if it means causing friction with long-standing allies. Additionally, the Astana peace process for Syria represents an unusual collaboration between Iran, Russia, and Turkey, all of whom have often held competing interests in the conflict. This partnership shows that these three powers are willing to collaborate when it serves their interests, even though underlying tensions persist. It's important not to assume that this trilateral cooperation is purely harmonious. Beneath the surface lies a constant struggle for power and influence. Each nation involved in the Syrian conflict has its own agenda, competing for dominance and engaging in proxy conflicts. This intricate web of relationships highlights the volatility and complexity of Middle Eastern geopolitics, where enemies can become allies and vice versa. Let's now shift our focus to Turkey's regional strategy, particularly the ambitious Development Road Project, which aims to create an economic corridor between Turkey and Iraq. This initiative has the potential to transform regional trade dynamics significantly. Interestingly, Iran's involvement in this project is being considered, which could further shift the region's economic power balance. Turkey is also planning to establish a buffer zone along its borders with Syria and Iraq, aiming to create a security corridor 30 to 40 kilometers deep. This move is not only about border security. It carries significant implications for Kurdish autonomy and regional power relations. While this is a bold strategy, it hasn't garnered unanimous support in the region. On the other hand, Iran is actively working to maintain its influence in Iraq, leveraging its strong political connections with Shiite militias. Iran also has cultural and economic ties with the Iraqi Kurdish region, indicating a multifaceted approach to its regional strategy. Historically, Iran has supported the Assad government in Syria, which directly opposes Turkey's support for various rebel factions. This divergence further illustrates how, despite occasional cooperation, Iran and Turkey remain on opposite sides of regional conflicts. To fully understand their relationship, we must consider the impact of the Kurdish issue. The PKK and its affiliates have been a persistent source of tension for Turkey, as they conduct operations in Syria, Iraq, and Turkey itself. The PKK is classified as a terrorist organization by the United States and several other nations. However, the Kurdish situation is much more nuanced, particularly within Iraq, where internal political dynamics involving the KDP and PUK parties heavily influence the situation. Both Turkey and Iran have their own interests and connections with various Kurdish groups. While Kurdish communities in Syria have gained some autonomy, Turkey perceives this as a significant security threat and has initiated military operations to prevent Kurdish forces from gaining strength near its borders. This has led to shifting alliances, with some Syrian Kurds occasionally aligning with the Assad government or seeking outside support. The Kurdish question exemplifies the complexity of regional politics, affecting not only the Kurdish populations but also Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Syria, and even international players like the United States and Russia. Both Iran and Turkey are closely monitoring the situation, as their policies towards the Kurds will heavily influence their bilateral relationship and broader regional strategies. When viewed from an international perspective, NATO expresses concern about Turkey's growing influence in the Middle East, as it could disrupt the existing power balance and introduce new challenges for the alliance. Ultimately, the future of Iran-Turkey relations remains uncertain. Their relationship is marked by a complex interplay of cooperation and rivalry, making it one of the most dynamic and unpredictable partnerships in the Middle East. Thank you for watching. If you found this video on Iran-Turkey relations and their impact on regional dynamics intriguing, please subscribe for more insights into global affairs. We appreciate your comments and would love to hear your perspective on the topics discussed.